Yeah, I think we are.
Say she's a little rusty.
We're not. We're on the back again. Not inside. That's covered.
You're still working on that.
It is done 2,352 hours, and I'm going to say, as the cylinder heads off, it's snapped. But they look handy. The rest of it, on the other hand, maybe not so much. Old set of rollers. A lot of this old stuff would be nice just to paint up and have on display for people to see. I don't know what this is. Some sort of cutter, maybe? Hay rake. That's what it is. Rakes the hay into rows. So it goes around and it puts it all into rows.
Them boots are oily, Daddy.
Bamfords.
Daddy.
Plough. That's like the plough that we got on the farm. Ours is a... Don't know what it would have chopped, mind you, but that's got a knife blade on it. I reckon you put something in there. So you got paddle things of some sort. I'm not sure what they are. You've got an old cutter. I guess must have been horse driven. I'm presuming. Don't know what that part is. Don't know what that does. Old clay pipes. Looks like they've seen better days. So this is Pebble Island. Ford 4000. And do I? Do I not? Do I try and persuade him to let me have that or not? Decisions. Tractor tyres. Hillbilly roller system. Water pump. I might be wrong, but I thought it would have had a windmill on top. But it doesn't seem to have that for some strange reason. But it does have this, and this looks like it's an afterthought as a flywheel. So, I don't know the whole story on that one, but I don't think it gets used anymore anyway. Do a bit more of a walk around on these. This is a Massey Ferguson 699. Nice looking tractor actually when you think about it. It is a 2, 3, 4, 6 cylinder. It's in quite a rusty old state, but it's probably going to have water in the engine. Its exhaust isn't covered. Bit of a shame. Maybe not. Might be lucky. I'm quite impressed on how good the rims are, being that they're around a lot of salt. I expected them to be in a worse state. Like, they are in a bad state, don't get me wrong, but not as bad as I thought they were going to be. Pickup hitch. all the spool valves. It's quite a nice sort of little tractor. Howard rotavator, I'd say. Might not be, might be. But that's not what we've come to look for. Oh, tide's out. There's an old boat down there. Look at that. Old boat with the old winch on the front. Go and have a quick nose at that. We'll make our way to the 4,000. It's an old engine there. Axle. So got an axle there. Engine there. We don't have a clue what that is. And a boat down there. And an old jetty. That's the jetty that they use to bring the ferry in to unload cargo. Another boat here. So that boat's seen better days. Good effort. Drawbars washed off. But anyway, what we're interested in is a 4,000. So as you can see, now we've not got the family here, we can have a bit more time and look around. So the sump's absolutely naffed. She's rotted right through. She's in quite a bad state really when you think about it. Even the axles are starting to show signs of rust. She's got wheel weights on the front though, which would be quite nice to get one's hands on. The county cones would be another good thing to get your hands on. Tyres don't look too bad considering. The tractor itself would be done up if you were to do it up. You would need to get nose cone, radiator, complete engine, all your bonnet supports and stays because they're all rotted off, dash, body, fuel tank, all the brakes will probably need doing up on it, brake linkages, handbrake, your tipping things. But see, for me, all I sort of need is the front end and a few donor parts. I've actually got another back end, so it wouldn't be so bad. But the county cones would be really handy. They'd be quite nice to have. Got a odd sort of towing hitch on here. I guess they must have broke one instead of putting the cleaves on. They've not sure quite what they've done there, to be fair. Can't work that out. Looks like they've got a 5,000 one cut and bent on there, but then I can't see why you'd have one bent anyway. Yeah, that's a bit odd. Can't remember what the 2000 ones look like. Obviously all the arms are seized, tyres are flat. So in all fairness, you might just let me come out maybe and just take what I want off, because all I'm really after is the cones. And it's just a case of cutting the bolts off, the weights, cutting the bolts off, front axle. But I could like strip it down, take all the crap off it so it's better to transport, take the cones off it so it fits in a container, and you just push it into a container. But this is what many years of salt does to a tractor. Originally this did have an engine problem, and sort of went from there really. I'd say the pump is probably still going to be good, even though it's rusted to hell. You probably could sort that out, but I'm not worried about that because I've actually got a 4,000, which is confusing. This is a 4,000, it's got the pump there. Most of the 4,000s has the pump on there, so this must be quite an oldish version, because most of the 4,000s I've got, oh no, they're 4600s, the 600 series. think the back end I got, because her pump would be sort of in that vicinity. She doesn't have the pump on the thing, so all I sort of need is the front axle, tombstone, front wheels and the weights, and county cones. I'd like to take the steering system, power steering pump, possibility of the seat, and just about anything else I could get off. Most of it. So plan is we're actually going to come back out for a week, and hopefully, if all goes well, I'm going to bring my rover out. So we'll put our rover on a boat. It means we'll have a 12-week wait before it hits back into town, but it'd be better than not having anything. This has even got the engine still in this old boat. I don't know what engine it would be. Lister maybe? I'd imagine. Might be wrong. I would get in there, but it looks a bit ropey. Saying that the cables looking stainless steel cables. You could do this boat up actually. It's not actually as bad looking as I thought it would be. Might need chalking. You see the chalk's coming out sort of along there, but it's not actually in too bad in there, considering. So that's the old jetty. So, but sadly this is the only one that's showing any interest. There's no other tractors or old tractors lying about. There was a 7610 or a 6610 here, but she was in a rotten way. But she got sent to Stanley for a part deal many moons ago, and now she sits stripped and used for parts because she was also in a very rotten state. But the salt is what kills a lot of it off more than anything. But yeah, so we'll see what else we can find on the way back home. Now we're heading off on first flight, so we only really had yesterday afternoon here, so we've only had a couple of hours of walking around. We went for a spin down the coast, and that was about it really. So hopefully next time we come out we'll be out for a week, and we'll bring the rover out and we can get and see a bit more of the coastline, and a bit more fun, but we'll just play it by ear and see how we get on. And yeah, but you know, even though I've only been here for a short time, I've sort of enjoyed it. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, you're somewhere different, and I got to see the 4000. I've flown over this place a couple of times and seen her, and now I've actually got to put my finger on it, so which is quite good. So we'll see what else we can find on the way up. Here's something different. Found this. So always quote crane number of tail weight when ordering spares. Real Neil and Co. RH Neil and Co. RH Neil and Co. Limited. London Gretham. Recommended lubricants. It's a DB201. Colonial Development Corporation. So what I think this is a crane. There's an engine with like a winch, and I think what it is you have a jib that goes on here and it runs up, but because it's on a little trolley you can move it to where you need it, which is pretty impressive. Love that sort of stuff like this. But as you can see, it's got winches and everything in there. It's even got an engine. I'll just show my hand in there. I don't know what it's going to be like, but there you go. So something, there you go. So that's a shearing shed and some buildings, house, solar panels right there, wind turbine. This is the lodge. So you can either stay at the lodge or you can stay at South Catering. So South Catering is ran by Alex.Gold at Pebble Island, and the lodge is ran by Ricky Evans. So you can stay at the lodge. But we prefer South Caterings because that way, I know you got to cook for yourself, but you get a bit more freedom of what you want to do. Be for certain times for meals or nothing. The airport's up there, but it's really nice. Quite enjoying. So this is our plane coming in to pick us up to take us back to Stanley. This is Pebble. So it's water tanks, airfield, settlement. Name the islands. So let's see if we can get a good video of this coming into land. Britain Normandy plane. It's mainly what we use down here. So thanks for watching. Sorry it's not much. The tractor, I haven't actually done a deal with it yet. It'll be happening in probably a couple of years. The other tractor, the Massey, this one, they're hoping to get going. And then other than that, we just had a look around at some old machinery and implements. We didn't get to go very far. We were literally landed there at 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And then we were away on first flight on that Sunday. So we were only there for about 6-7 hours of daylight. And then the following morning we were getting ready to go. Britain Normandy is the plane that they use. We come in on a new one and then we left on our old one. So hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video on next Friday. Thanks for watching.